So we are back here on United and Everything Football Podcast. My name is Kwame. I'm here with Kwame and Siako. We are here to talk about a few things that have happened. First, the first preseason game against Leeds United. There is a here we go for Marcus Rashford moving to FC Barcelona, and also United's next priority has been determined, of which we'll be talking about, and a few players whose futures are going to be determined or have been determined that we'll be talking to you about. Some of the young players who will be going out on loan, and those whose potential loan seems to be being cancelled because of perhaps one issue or the other. We'll be discussing them here on United and Everything Football. What did you make of the first preseason game? Please leave it in the comment section for us, so that when we come the next episode, I'll take the opportunity to read them. Already some people on X are sharing their thoughts on that. We want to engage a lot more this season. We want to hear from you, your thoughts on the game, how you view the game. Please be very, very respectful in the comment section to everybody. We have varying opinions, all right? No need to attack anybody who has a contrary opinion to yours. So let's be very respectful and mindful of that, all right? So just go ahead and share your opinion, right? But just don't go attacking other people who are sharing different opinions. It's very, very important for us. If you do that, we are not going to read that. We don't want a community where people attack.
You're being nice. We'll block you. I'll block you. Don't be nice.
All right.
You will not be part of the community. There, I said it.
Members of the community. Remember, we are a very, very, very nice community. We love each other. We respect each other. And that's the hallmark of this community. So please do well. Be very nice in the comment section. Don't attack. It's very important. All right. Let me go for a quick turnaround. But before that, remember to subscribe to the channel. You guys are doing so well. Let me
amazing actually.
So well. Those of you who are recommending, and those of you who are watching for the first time and are also, sharing your thoughts is very, very important. And also commenting, liking, the likes. It's been good. People are really liking the video. So, but we want more. We anytime, although we are commending, we want more. Oliver Twist. We never stop asking for more. So please remember to do that here on United and Everything Football. Let me make a quick turnaround. When I come back, we will discuss the game. What our thoughts are on the game. I'll hear from Kwame, and I'll also say some of it about myself, for myself, and then we'll move on. Here on United and Everything Football. All right. Thank you very much. Welcome back to United and Everything Football. Kwame is here with me as usual, where we are going to do a deep dive. We are back again, Kwame, virtually back again, talking about the football itself.
The break was so short. What do you think about it? The quick turnaround, all of a sudden we are back again.
We are back again.
Ranting and then discussing and watching and being emotional and all over the place. Everything
and what happened and everything that has to do with the game. But Kwame, United 0, Leeds 0. A very physical game at some point. You could see at some point there was so much pressure on the ball, as expected. It's two Premier League teams, so the ball never gets to rest. But generally, what was your thoughts with one, the general play, two, whether you saw something in the game, anything that you made, your observations, generally, everything about the game. Let me hear from you before I also share my thoughts.
I think it was crappy from United's end, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think Leeds were more in control of possession. They passed the ball around better than we did. We were a little bit. It was a game of. We played two totally different teams and played two different halves.
Yeah.
In the first half, we were not as troubled by Leeds, despite the fact that they controlled large spells of possession. We had the better of opportunities at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But in the second half, I think we took the game to them. But in doing so, we were exposed, and Leeds had the clearest opportunities, bar the very last opportunity we had from a corner that I don't know how we did not score from that opportunity. I don't know. We could have stolen it in the end. That's the best way to sum it up.
Absolutely.
But in terms of the general play, I wasn't impressed with what I saw. It was too stop start and too scrappy. But I want to give it a pass for it being the first preseason game. Prior to this, I was saying that we should be on it from the very start. I'm disappointed with how we've played in the first game. But let's just see how we progress from here onto the US tour. And I don't know. Let's just see how it goes.
Interesting. So I'll share my part and then we'll move into some specifics. I mean, we'll pick some players, we'll pick some talk about the system and everything. But generally, I also share in Kwame's comments. The first half, for instance, I kept looking at the time because we were going to analyze it. I was looking at one, maybe in the first 10 minutes, what was happening, in the next 10 minutes, what was happening, in the next minute, what was happening, just to have a very good breakdown of the game and everything that had to do. I mean, the first 10 minutes, we were not having the ball. We were very comfortable seated in our shape. I think the only chance that came that sort of created in some sort of panic was the first opportunity where Diego Leon vacated his position, where Leeds had so much space to attack on their right, which is our left. And then there was this cross that went in, but the Leeds player couldn't connect and we had to take it out. I think that was the only thing that troubled us in the first half. And I felt beyond that. There wasn't anything that Leeds United did that really troubled us, except that they had very good possession of the ball. We were very solid at the back. We kept the ship very, very tight. And one thing that impressed me was the ability or the rate at which we're winning those aerial balls that Leeds United sought to do. They realized that they could not find their way or break it apart. So they decided to go long so that when it gets scrappy, they will pick the second balls to be able to, create some sort of an opportunity and all of that. So it was that kind of a game. But in the first half, a few things caught my eye. I mean, quality is quality. We saw a glimpse of what Cunha brings to the game and what to expect from him in the game, how aggressive he is when he's in possession. And after the game, I heard Rúben Amorim saying that is what he expects from our attack. No wonder we are having Mbembo as well. There were a moment that there was a switch between Toby Collier going to right wing back and Ahmad coming into the number 10 position. That was where you could see a lot more aggression in our attacks, and probably it's one of the few things that we would have to look at. But generally, I felt the first half was not so good from us. We were very
but for Obi's pops at goal, I think he had about 2 or 3 pops at goal, one of which he should have left to Cunha to. But I wasn't pissed off with that.
No, not at all. Don't kill the boy for that. He's a striker. He would have to have a pop at it as well.
Exactly.
Right? He felt, and it wasn't too far off, to be very honest. It wasn't too far off. If he had a clean attempt at it, it would have been singing a different song here. But
I think the first half, the major deficiency was in central midfield. I don't think this Bruno and Casemiro in central midfield works against Premier League.
Let's have a go.
And we should ditch it because it was too slow and it was too ponderous, and they get easily blown by. And in possession as well. That's the thing. They were not in control when they also had the ball. That midfield duo, get rid of it. Stop playing it. Stop playing. In as much as people give Casemiro so much credit for how he turned the season around last season, I don't think he is it when it comes to the Premier League anymore. And if this game is against a promoted team, yeah.
Just as you are talking about it. So I'm just reading this from James Duck. I will project it. And he's saying that central midfield still appears a bit of a concern for Amorim. And this is what Amorim said. We have a lack of pace, especially in the middle of the pack. And you can feel it is hard to win or bring the ball. But we created chances. Just as you are saying, I just picked my phone, and that's
a clear observation.
Yeah.
I expected from the lineup. I think he started Banye there in goal, Mazraoui, at right center back, Ahmad at right wing back, Matthias de Ligt in the middle, and then Luke Shaw at left center back. In the middle of the pack, Casemiro and Bruno started. When Collier was in the lineup, Collier started as a number 10. Very odd. Very, very odd. With Cunha as the left hand as expected and Obi up front. Midway through the game, he switched Collier to right wing back and brought Amad Diallo in offensive position. Amad was better playing offensively. He was more of a threat playing offensively. But what's he doing with Toby Collier? Basically, all I saw was the boy being used as a coon. First of all, playing in a position where he feels Mbeumo would come and play. And then he switches us up and he sends him to go and play as right wing back. It reminds me of how Erik ten Hag also shanked him to play at left back. And a boy later complained about it when Erik ten Hag had left. That was at a point where he even felt he did not have a future at the club until there was a managerial change. And the next manager was like, let's just see how it goes. If I were him, and if I were his manager, I'll be at his door tomorrow asking for a loan. Because it is clear that being a central midfielder and where you're supposed to develop your craft, if you're being just shanked all over the place, playing in places that you are completely unfamiliar with, and switched positions twice in the same half, knowing that there are players coming, or either coming into the club or on the bench right now, who are specialists in those positions, it's quite worrying. I would have felt that Bruno Fernandes should have played in the front. See, I know what Bruno Fernandes offers him in midfield. He wants that sort of number 8 box to box. But if you take Bruno Fernandes and play him in midfield, they are playing Collier there. It's a minus on both ends. You're losing on both ends. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Collier would have been better served playing in midfield to try and make a claim, right, this season or in preseason, that he could be one of the central midfielders with the legs. With the legs, like you're talking about, we lack legs in there, a lot of pace in there, who could offer a solution to us. If he is not going to play in that position, then he must not be at the football club. He's one of the players that we have to make a very quick decision on for him to move on.
Very quick decision. But let's narrow it down to, we've started narrowing it down to players and all of that. We've spoken about Cunha and what he offers.
What's your take on Leon? Let's just jump to it. Leon. What did you make of him in that first half?
Welcome to European football. That's the first thing I'll say. Welcome to European football. You could see how much of how lost he was at some point when Nonto and then I think Brock, what's the name? Is it Brock? Forgotten his name. The right winger were just, passing the ball around him, and there were about
the ball is moving way quicker than he has ever seen.
There were about 2 or 3 instances where he was drawn out of position, which created some space for the opposition to attack.
Between the wing back and then the left center back, that was the space.
Yeah, that axis. You realize that he wasn't. You can't fault him too much. It's his first preseason game. You can't fault the effort. You can't fault it. Definitely.
What I would say is he was keeping it simple in possession, right?
Which is the first thing to do. Which is the best
out of possession, tactically and everything. I don't think he was good. I felt there was a bit of rawness in there. You know how I make first impressions all the time, and then I find it difficult to shake off. I feel already that he is somebody that doesn't need the pressure of first team football. I already have that feeling already. He's already scored a moral victory by earning a place ahead of Amas. Amas is going on loan. We spoke at length a couple of weeks ago about this issue, and I was telling you that Amas's size, I just don't see how he's not beaten to the position by this big 18-year-old boy. The size and power alone would mean that he wins. But somebody said something very interesting in that Telegram group, that what Leon lacks is probably Amas's technicality, and what Amas lacks is probably Leon's physicality. If they could merge in a way, you have a perfect young left wing back. There's a lot of learning, a lot of going for Diego Leon to do. We'll see more of him. This wouldn't be his only appearance. I'm sure we'll see more of him. You are hoping it's just the butterflies, right? Sometimes first game in Europe, not just first game for Manchester United.
Yes.
His first game in Europe ever. He's been in Manchester for like 2 weeks.
Yes.
He's not prior to that. The last time he was in Europe, or the first time he was in Europe, was 6 months ago to come and do this. Then he comes back,
all of that,
and in 2 weeks. You are playing for one of the biggest clubs in the world. Maybe that was just that show today. Let me just put it that way. That show today. So let's just say, let's just wait and see.
Welcome to European football. That's the best thing to say. Welcome to European football, where you would have a lot to learn. I mean, Kwame, you moved to Germany. I mean, when you got there was a lot of adaptation to do.
You don't even speak the language, nothing.
Speak the language, even from your place of work and everything that you had to go through. I mean, you've been in the same profession here in Ghana, in the same profession there.
It's tough. The switch is tough.
I mean, the switch is not easy. I mean, different ways of doing things, different coaching methods, different ideas. So it's you barely. I mean, I dare anyone to mention about 10 players that will come in instantly would have an impact. And remember, this is an 18-year-old player. Yes, an 18-year-old player. I see what you are doing, but I'm not seeing it. An 18-year-old player who has just come in. I mean, by way of his age, he's still young and he's still at the formative stage of his career. So I agree with Kwame when he talks about we not putting so much pressure on him. That he needs that. And that brings us to a very interesting conversation Kwame and I had off stage about we signing another left wing back later in the week. Kwame mooted that idea, and because we had thoroughly analyzed the whole situation, that when you dip it, we only have Patrick who is ready.
We'll talk about Patrick Dogo in his second half performance. I think it was fantastic.
And all of that.
But finish the point.
But he's the only player who is ready to play our left wing back for us. The only player. So it means that this whole Pavis Estopinian link that Jacob Benz have been mooting or have been reporting that United have had some initial talks seem to be an interesting one. That perhaps we are not saying it will happen, but let's just keep an eye.
Because even AC Milan are in the picture, they are making bets and all that.
Yes, but let's just keep an eye on this particular situation.
But whatever it is, I think like the decisions that have been made on certain young players already, like for instance, saying Kone is going to remain.
Yeah.
After just 2 weeks of preseason training, he's like, Kone is staying. He's not going to Lausanne. After 2 weeks of preseason training, he's saying Amas needs to go out on loan. I don't think it should take too long for us to run the rule on Leon's future, right? He's definitely not going on loan, but he may not be ready. He may. The word is he may not be ready for first team football. After a week, make a decision because the market isn't waiting.
Yeah,
there are certain market opportunities that are there, especially when you mentioned Jan. There's a market opportunity because of his the length of the contract, his age, and everything. He's not going to cost more than 20 million euros. And very experienced Premier League left wing back. If you are not so comfortable with how this boy's performances are, make a call. Make a call quickly. So that this boy can be taken out of the firing line, play under 21 football, and then get into the Estopian business.
Hold on with him, throwing him in the firing line and all of that. Because even if you look at the adaptation for Corney, for instance, it's been like that. I mean, he came
over 6 months, hasn't it? Yeah,
it's been 1 year. It's been 1 year.
Oh, sorry, 1 year. Yeah.
It's been 1 year. We signed him just before the start of last season. And he came in, had to do a lot of adaptation, and then played under 21s throughout the season and had one pop. In fact, the only time he played for the senior team was when we went to, I think, the Malaysians, and Hong Kong to go play those games. So, but Kwame, let's. I mean, the first half. What other player really? I'm still looking very.
He looked sharp.
But he I don't know. He's really built his upper body strength. I mean, for his side.
You know, those players with low center of gravity, right? When they have a bit of bite about them, they are really a handful.
Very true.
Right?
Very
it's hard to shake them off because of their low center of gravity.
Absolutely.
And then their sudden burst of pace. He's playing with confidence. You only hope that this continues. The only issue I have with him is he played two different positions in the space of 45 minutes. If Mbumo does come in, you're looking at which dynamic. Is he really going to stick at left wing back with Mbumo playing as the 10? Or is Dalot going to come back into the picture as both of us have been muting that this is our number 2? So we are yet to see how the dynamic is. But me, I don't have a problem with that. See, competition is good. And quality competition is good. So no qualms. No qualms. The biggest negative from that first half is the central midfield issue. It's too stagnant, too ponderous, and not combative enough. Second half.
So second half, we looked at a different team. We were very, very much aggressive. We took the game to Leeds, and we attacked them, I mean, in various ways. I'll start with the list of the players that I didn't see much of from Mantato. I mean, it's clear that he still has a lot of growing up to do. I mean, you could see that the huge difference between the men's game and the game that he's been playing. So clearly, there's still some growing up to do on that score. One player that really caught my eye again was, I think, Kobe. Kobe looked to have added a bit of range to his passing because there were about 2 or 3 times where he switched play.
He played in midfield today, not number 10. Thank God.
Well,
I think he did well with Ogate in midfield.
Yes, he did
it was
well.
a different midfield
It was a
compared to the one in the first half.
I mean, the dynamics were different. You have one player who is very technical, one player who is also very aggressive on winning the balls and all of that. So that balance has been there. In fact, if we watched 2 seasons ago when Kobe dominated our midfield, the argument we kept making was that he needed a partner. And when Ugarte was coming in last season, we felt he was the partner, or that was the partnership that we're going to form for our midfield. So I don't know. It might be what we may need going. It might be. I mean, given the issues that we have in our central midfield, it might be what we may need. But this is just the first game. But that midfield combination played quite well. Ugarte was quite good, in my opinion.
I think Ugarte was good, actually.
Yeah, he played good. He played good. I mean, winning the balls and even...
And his passing.
The kind of passes that he was also given.
You know, we are very particular about his passing because his passing was... But today, his passing was good.
So you expect to get a lot of players taking that kind of risk. I mean, not looking back. And one player whose passing really caught my eye, Lenny Euro.
He was showing off in the first 10, 15 minutes of that first half. He was showing off, honestly, because he was hitting those big balls and so accurately, especially the diagonals to Dogu was fantastic.
Effortless.
I also think Heaven has got something about him. See, I personally, sometimes, somebody can be hyped. Somebody can always be in the eye of the media and the fans and all that. Lenny Euro is a superb talent, but I don't see that big a difference between Lenny Euro and Heaven. All Heaven also needs is the exposure and then the chance to play, because that boy is an absolute steal. It's a bargain. If we manage him properly, he'll be fantastic. I think Maguire in the middle of them also helped them. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it was good. Dogu offensively, I think he was our best offensive player today.
I agree.
He was fantastic foraging forward. The only issue is his shot selection at times leaves a lot to be desired, but he should be able to improve on that. But being an outlet, I think it was fantastic. Dalot did okay on the other side, except that he sometimes overhits the crosses, made or cutbacks. The same old Dalot issues. You know what I'm saying? The one I found disappointing in that second half was Mason Mount in the front three. It was the front three of Mantato. I'm speaking about Mantato already. Mason Mount and Højlund. I'll talk about Mason Mount before I get to Rasmus. Mason Mount, this is his last chance at Manchester United.
It is. I mean, knowing the people that we have,
he knows it. Yeah, I'm sure he knows it. And if you look at the players that we are buying to come into that position, if he doesn't really step things up. That'll be it.
Yeah.
And I don't think any fan will go like have any sort of feeling, because we've not really had a bond with him, because he's not really done much at Manchester United. Mainly because he's not played a lot. But I feel if he's fit now, he has to step up his game. Otherwise, it's curtains for him at Manchester United. I was not impressed with anything he did today. Højlund, same old issues, can't hold the ball up. Doesn't find himself in good positions. Should I keep on going? It's the same old.
Yeah.
I am more than glad that they have put the next target down to be a striker.
Yeah.
We need a striker. Because, see, this manager isn't going to play 3-4-1-2 or whatever that people think that's the average. He's going to play the same 3-4-3. He needs a centre forward.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? He needs a striker. And if Højlund isn't it, as we've all seen, he's not it. Zexi may be somebody who can do better in possession, but is he going to be prolific enough? You're not really sure.
Yeah.
We have to bring a striker in.
Yeah.
And that takes us to the whole Cesco.
Let's move to the striker.
Mantato, Mateta and
Jackson, yes.
Nicholas.
So as you can see on the screens, these 4 strikers, they are the names that are up. And I think the Muppeteers mentioned Moise Kean as part of
Moise Kean.
Yes.
I think he is looking at the profiles who can play in the Amorim system.
Yeah.
Right. Not necessarily that there may be any strong links to those players, but he feels like there are certain players.
I've seen some Kolo Muani link to this.
Kolo Muani link to. They are looking at players who, after all, they are saying, as Fabrizio reported, Manchester United are making calls.
Yes.
Meaning that they are just not looking at just one or two targets. It's a pool.
Yeah.
But so it will come down to what the Muppeteers is trying to suggest, that it's about profile. When you look through the list, Benjamin Sesko is more like a target man than somebody who comes in.
He's got clean strikes.
Exactly. Than somebody who comes in to do the whole tippy-tappies and then the link up. Exactly. That's what I'm looking for. Link up play. So he feels like that link may be dead in the water.
Yeah.
But the other strikers in Watkins, what's the Crystal Palace guy? Mateta and Jackson.
Yeah.
Are players who know how to link up.
Yes.
And that's the profile of striker who fits the Amorim system. Sesko is somebody we targeted about a year ago and 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And he would have been good for the Erik ten Hag style of play. But for possession football, not what we want to play, which was not on any form of exhibition today.
Yeah.
You need a striker who can hold the ball up and then link
and bring players into the play. I think Obi has got a bit of that too. What do you think?
He had some heavy touches, right? But profile-wise, he also fits that.
Yeah.
The person who brought him in because he feels like profile-wise he fits. So he's supposed to be able to do that. That's how come you see those attributes. It's just that sometimes the touch isn't really secure.
I mean, he's still young.
Højlund doesn't have the touch, can't hold the ball up, can't pass, can't run the channels properly, doesn't see. Obi had 3 shots on target and 3 attempts at goal. Right?
Yes.
We had a more offensive team in the second half, and Højlund had a half attempt at goal. So you're like,
it says more than we should. I mean, it sort of captures it.
So see, 0-0 at the end of the day, if we are on the balance of, we had about 18 attempts on goal compared to
that much.
Yeah, we had about 18 attempts on goal. Let me read the exact stat. I don't want to miss it.
I wasn't paying attention to that.
And it was mainly because of the second half.
Yeah.
The second half was like we're taking pops at goal.
SofaScore has a way of breaking it apart in terms of the statistics.
So, the quality of chances
is right.
The issue.
You are right. Let me also read the stats.
So it's 18 total shots for United, 4 for Leeds United.
Yes.
Then in fact, shots on target we had 4.
19. SofaScore has 19.
Even more.
Yeah.
And then just 3 on target for Leeds. But the quality of Leeds chances, I don't know the XG. I think you probably have to read the XG because I would feel that Leeds will probably have a better XG than us.
Yeah, in fact, they had 3 big chances and we had 2.
Exactly.
The XG was not calculated. Let me give the first half. The first half stats. Leeds had more possession of the ball, which is, we'll project it so you see it. 56-44, but we had 9 shots. They had 0.
Yeah.
No big
They
chance.
didn't do anything. They didn't do anything in that first half. They just control the ball. Yeah.
Exactly. So you see, it reflects what we talked about without even having to look at the stats from our initial analysis. In the second half, we had more of the ball, 57 as against Leeds' 43%. Now, we had 10 shots, they had 4. And that was where their big chances came from. So out of the 4 shots they had 3 big chances, and we had 2 chances.
Exactly. Yeah. I think our big chances would be the Obi one in the first half, and then the melee in the box from the corner kick that we should have scored. Yeah. I don't know how Heaven did not score. I mean, Manu got a ball, hit the bar, that's off target. It comes back in, and Heaven should have put the ball at the back of the net. It would have just been nice to win. See, I'm not overly concerned about the results, like I said before. But it's the performance I'm looking forward to. Yeah. I did not see a performance today. You are only hoping that we can get better, shake off the rust and get better when we get to the US.
Let's end it. We have 5 minutes. Let's end it with Marcus Rashford. Here we go for Marcus Rashford going to FC Barcelona. What is happening is that Barcelona is not paying any loan fee. However, they are covering all of Rashford's wages.
That's 17 million pounds. It saves us 17 million pounds.
Million pounds saved for us. Already we've had some sell-on clauses accruing to us. We have some sell-on clauses accruing to us, which is close to, Kwame, how much? About 20 million, right?
20 million, yeah. About 20 million pounds.
So even if we add that to it, we see. I saw something yesterday about when the Mbumo Here We Go happened. What it meant is that the Mbumo and then the Cunha deal, we have found a way to negotiate those deals in a way where we are paying in installment. As it stands, I think we are just going to pay about 30 million of, I don't know,
about 36 million, 20 million pounds for Mbumo and 16 million pounds, 20 million pounds for Cunha and 16 million pounds for Mbumo. But see, Kwame, we have to calm down when we look at those things.
Okay.
In economics, I wish you had an economics person here to explain things better, but I have some knowledge of it. It's because we have to pay that in cash. We have a cash problem. We don't have cash, like actual cash.
Yes.
The cash we have is just 70 million pounds. That's what we have in cash. We have we can access our loan facility of about 140 million pounds a day, but we don't have cash to pay people.
Yeah.
So if you are saying we need to pay you something now, you take the 36 million pounds from the 70 million pounds in cash.
About 20.
Manchester United just has about
24.
About 30-something million pounds from the 70 million. You get what I'm saying? So if the next person comes and they says he needs this amount of cash from the transfer, you may be able to do one more transfer from that.
Yeah.
And that means the club may not even have cash at all. That is why we have to bring in cash from sales, sell-ons, and even save cash from salaries.
Wages that we are
because we don't have cash, raw cash to give to people.
So that was where I was driving to. That is why we were very much interested in negotiations on having to break it apart, such that even when some of the cash goes, we'll still have some cash to be able to do some deals, right? And that is why we have even gone to the extent of, starting to think of a striker, because we will still have to wait for some cash to come in, however, but we still have something there to supplement what will come in, so we can be able to do other deals. Right, Kwame, we don't have much time but let's wrap it up with the Rashford deal and how you feel about it, and let's end the podcast. This is a short podcast,
I'm happy for him. I am more than happy for him. I'm a big Rashford fan. I'm super duper glad for
Barcelona.
Him. That's for 15 years, I have barely watched Barcelona games, but for the first time in my life, I'm switching camp. This year, I'm a Barcelona fan. They should win the treble. Marcus Rashford should contribute heavily to that. to winning the treble so that he can go to join the England squad for the World Cup, and then we can get our 35 million euros from Barcelona because they would have to buy him. Thank you.
Guys, thank you so much for being a part of the podcast. Today we didn't give you 1 hour. We know you want 1 hour, but Charlie, it's just been go and listen to the 1 hour of the previous episode, and then add this up.
They said that we should come back because there's a here we go, but we gave a Pasco. Here we go. Welcome in Boom. Welcome in Boom. Come and smash it, lad.
So
Come on.
Mbumo is going to have his medical. Today is Saturday. He's going to have his medical, and then I'm sure between Sunday and Monday he will sign his contract, and then he will link up with the team, and then they will go for the preseason in the US. The next game we play is against West Ham at 11 p.m. Ghana time. In the United States of America. So please take note of that.
We have to see something way better than
we have to see something way better. That would have been. Now they have some minutes in their legs, so we want to see something a lot.
I'll be analyzing him more in US right now. Today I'm calm. I'm calm. Yeah, I'm calm. I'm watching 1 or 2 things.
Share your thoughts with us. Share your thoughts with us. All right. Remember to leave it in the comment section. Like I've said, be very respectful. Don't go attacking other people. It's very, very important. All right. We'll see you on the next one when we come to you in the course of the week with our guests, where we discuss everything that's happening around the club. My name is Kwame. I was here with Kwame. Have a great time. Bye-bye.